the last heat of the year for one of these competitors. This is Caroline Marks up against Paige Hareb, two goofy footers who've shown some real form this season, especially the rookie, the youngest surfer ever to qualify for the championship tour, claiming Rookie of the Year honours, just looking so sharp at different stages. Hasn't broken into a final yet, but this could be the event for her. Huge week for professional surfing. Well, here we go, taking off, nice and deep. Caroline Marks, I think she felt that wave was maybe going to bowl from the outset. She didn't get the opportunity to set that line, grab her rail. The solid set standing up on the outside. The Kiwi, Paige Hareb, drops to the bottom here. And this wave's just going to fade away and push out to sea. Barton Lynch watching on. Barton, great conditions, and the dreaded second round is upon us. It's always exciting for spectators to watch this one unfold.
It remedies all. I think your biggest fear when that happens to you and you get a bit pounded, you pop up and you're okay. It just gives you that mental fortitude to keep going for it, because the worst that can happen has happened and you survived.
Well, it looks like she is alive on her equipment there. Just a small glimpse of it with that wave fading away. So her first two rides not really making that link through to the bowl section at the end. Caroline looking to line this one up, positions herself a little better on this wave. Was too deep for her last ride. Still has to motor to get out in front of it, but now looks to get that first turn in. That was a reeling wave. So wave selection just a little off for both competitors at this stage of the game. One of the finest surfers ever to come out of Hawaii, and severely underrated in Rosie's opinion. Just an incredible surfer, despite the fact that she counted quarterfinal finishes at the championship tour level as her best results.
It's going to keep coming, don't worry.
Well, here we go, back to live action out there in the lineup. Paige Hareb up, trying to get rid of a 0.5. Just throwaways in the scoreline of both competitors at the moment. Looks like Paige is adapting, making that adjustment with no real decent set waves just yet. She makes good use of a medium-sized ride there.
Yeah, I mean, with this much time off the clock for Paige to just get that little wave under her belt, we'll see how that plays out in the rest of the heat. But now, you know, it's Caroline's turn to answer back. We've seen some meaty waves come through. Both these ladies having a good sniff at that wave. It was Paige getting this one, but good to see her kind of get this going for herself. I think it's so important at one stage of a heat to kind of adjust, like you mentioned, adjust the conditions and really surf what's on offer.
Line out the back now, and still needs nothing to get herself in front with a better looking ride here. So using her priority, stands back on the tail, wants a high line because she's been caught out chasing these waves down a couple of times. Up into the lip and just gets that one wrong.
She took a long time to kind of dig her heels in on that wave. Was there opportunity for her to maybe go down? It looks like she's potentially heading to the channel for a board switch.
If Lakey bows out, Steph will be the world champion for 2018, as we see Paige Hareb up once again. The lone representative for New Zealand at the championship tour level at the moment. And just it's going to be another low-scoring ride, but just the way things have panned out with Caroline failing to really put anything of substance on the board.
Here we go, the replay. So Paige dropping in medium-sized wave for today, but still a lot of girth to it. Fits in that first maneuver. So like we said, not racing away down the line on the wave. She's really just staying in that critical section. So that will be the best wave of the heat so far.
Tell us, Coco Ho is a tough competitor and obviously from Hawaii, so accustomed to these type of waves. Good win?
Yeah, it was a great win. I think Coco really suits his wave. And it's pretty funny, there was like Marco in the channel as well as Dad, so I think maybe back in the day they used to compete against each other, and I kept hearing like Marco call out stuff to Coco, and so yeah, it was a cool heat.
Would potentially be a goal. I know that she was very obviously the only rookie on tour, but has had a great season, winning the qualifying series.
Well, let's see what she can do here. Nice drawn out bottom turn, transitioning through that first carving top turn, and hits it once again. So committed on the end section, goes to the big tail drop float.
Well, here we go, Caroline. This is her best wave of this heat so far. So finally gets that wave that she's been looking for with a bit of a tempo where she can dig in. Two turns on her backhand. Watch this committed float on the inside section.
So So really putting it on the line. And there could be some points in those first 2 turns anyway. It might just get her back in the heat as Paige finishes one off here again on the inside. And the scramble back to the takeoff zone to assume priority is going to be on.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. This paddle battle right here. Just her board gets ripped away from her, and Paige, second wave of the set, looking to kind of increase her lead. We'll see what the score comes in for Caroline. The 2 committed turns from Paige. Caroline's going to establish dominance out in the lineup and get priority.
Look at this one. Seems to have a pretty nice pace to it. She's going to have to get going initially, though. Mid-face line, drops to the bottom now, starting to square up into it. Nice transition, good adjustment off the top in a critical section, and just loses her footing riding out of that second turn.
That was such a shame, only needing that 4.51 that, in my mind, would have 100% been that score that would have seen her into the lead. Let's see, so Caroline, like you mentioned, just trying to find opportunity, drops down to the bottom, so does well to kind of get this wave going. First turn, critical. Second turn, we thought she had it. Unfortunately getting bumped off there. Bit of a speed wobble coming down the face of that wave.
Different stages, but Paige Hareb with a big opportunity now. If she can get rid of this 4.4, huge drop off the bottom, into the lip, critical stuff. Just gets a little lost midway through that turn. Can't regain control. So there's been a priority change, but it almost seemed that Caroline didn't trust that that change had happened. And as a result, this wave goes unridden. It did reel off again pretty quickly, but a huge upset result. I would have banked on Caroline Marks progressing through this round the way she's been surfing throughout the season, but full credit to Paige Hareb, a gritty performance and powering through to round 3.